Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl, and today I have a massive September book haul for you. So I have almost 40 books, and I'm gonna be honest here, I'm filming this on September 1st. It is technically my part 2 of August book haul, but I said I'm not gonna do that, and I'm gonna keep my word in a weird way. So I'm just gonna not lie this time and tell you there definitely will be a part 2 September book haul because, like I said, it's September 1st and I have 40 books already, and I'm just gonna quit apologizing. I get books for $3 or less 90% of the time. Sometimes I get them for a quarter. That's why I'm able to have so many. I would not buy them if they were all, $5 to $10. I would definitely be buying less. But they're not. They're super cheap. So I buy them and I read them and I talk about them with you guys. I am planning on doing a giant unhaul at the end of the year, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right into them. As per usual, I'm not gonna go very deep into the descriptions because there's too many and this video would be an hour long. Also, I don't know a lot of the descriptions of a lot of these because they just looked cool, or I know about them from YouTube or something fun like that. So I think only one of them is a book that I've actually read before, and I'll talk about that in a second, but we're just gonna jump right in. First up, found a paperback copy of Seraphina and the Twisted Staff. I don't obviously prefer paperbacks, but it was like a quarter or 50 cents, and this is one of the series I've been wanting to get into. I think this is the second in the Seraphina and the Black Cloak series or something like that. Middle grade, about like a girl in a haunted house or something. I could be really wrong. This is The Golem and the Jinni by Helen Wecker. I think this is adult fantasy / historical fiction. So this one is about Chava, who is a golem that is a creature made of clay brought to life by a magician, and that was just enough for me. I've heard a little bit about it on BookTube. It's definitely like a slightly more dense read, but I've kind of been looking for it for a little bit, and I got it. I found Artemis by Andy Weir, the author of The Martian, which I still need to read. But I really liked The Martian, the movie, and I like sci-fi, so I thought I'd give this one a chance. You guys, I found a copy of Crown of Midnight from Sarah J. Maas of the Throne of Glass series. It's really beat up, and it's paperback, but it was 50 cents from the Goodwill, so I got it. Because I never see Sarah J. Maas books anywhere, and I want to get to these next year for sure, so I'm starting off my collection for reading purposes. Found The Goddess Test and The Goddess Inheritance by Amy Carter. These are like Greek, modern, Gothic mythology with like goddesses and magic and coolness, and I've been looking for them for a little bit, and now I have some. I found this adorable little Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. Classic book. It's so cute, and it's in hardback and has the I think they're like the original illustrations on it. And they're like so cute. I've never read Mary Poppins before, so I can add this one to like my children's classics TBR. Really pumped. I found Emily Winsnap and the Land of the Midnight Sun by Liz Kessler. This is book 5, and I've only listened to 2 of them, but I don't own any of them. I can't find them in hardback. This is a middle grade mermaid series that will just astound you. It is so good and cute and appropriate for all ages, and I just loved it so much, and I'm definitely excited to read more of these next summer. I found Sapphire Blue by Kristen Gear, the Ruby Red trilogy. I don't have any of these books yet. This one was translated over from German, some kind of fantasy series, but I've heard some people say that they didn't like the way that it was translated, like didn't cross over, but I've read a translated book before, Inkheart, that I really loved, so I definitely want to give this one a try. Plus it's so shiny and so pretty. Then I found Hook by Terry Brooks. This is a novelization of the movie Hook. So the movie came first, and this is Terry Brooks writing it based on the screenplay by Jim Hart and Maya Scott Marlowe or something like that. And it's got like pictures from Hook the movie, which is like with Robin Williams and stuff like that. I love Hook. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I just read a ton of Peter Pan retellings in August, so of course I had to get this one. I got A Beautiful Dark by Jocelyn Davies. I specifically only bought this one because I literally know not one single thing about it. I got this one because Epic Reads has a picture of the United States of YA, and they pick a YA book from every single state, and it's like a little checklist that you can do, and I want to do it, and I'll do a video on it soon. And this one I think is the book for Colorado, so I got it. Picked up Catacomb by Madeleine Roux. This one is part of the Asylum series, and I have Asylum, and it's coming up on fall, so now I have 2 of them. Kind of same thing as the fall books. This is Serpent's Kiss by Melissa de la Cruz. This is, I think, book 2 in the Witches of East End series or whatever, and I have the first book, and it's almost like witchy book time, so. I picked up Singing Red and Arch Enemy by Frank Bador. I had these last year, but I unhauled them. Ooh, sorry, it's so shiny. Before my move. And these are the Looking Glass Wars. This is like dark and fantasy, fun, crazy Alice in Wonderland retelling. So, yeah. I found The Selection by Kiera Cass. So now I have all of the Selection books in hardback, and they're beautiful on my shelves, and I'm so excited. Plus I've read this one, so that's exciting always because then this doesn't add to my TBR. Picked up Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo with the red spray pages because I'm finally having luck finding Leigh Bardugo books, and I'm just grabbing all of them that I can get. So I found The 13th Reality by James Dashner, The Journal of Curious Letters. I thought, this is book 1, I thought that this was the same as his like Eye of the Mind series, but now I'm thinking he has 3 series out, and I thought he only had 2, but either way, I enjoy his writing style, and I want to read something else from him besides The Maze Runner to see like if I also like not just the writing style, but like the overall story, because I enjoyed The Maze Runner, but not as much as I should have based on his writing style, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I got this one. This was super cool. I found Unnatural Creatures. These are stories selected by Neil Gaiman. So we have, this is like a, what do you call it, an anthology. So we've got stories from like a bunch of authors in here, like none of whom I recognize except for Neil Gaiman because they're probably all adult authors. But I think there's stories on like witches and like just unnatural creatures, and that's going to be like really cool for Halloween. So like mythical things and scary things, and yeah. I got Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. Started collecting these again now that I have a place to put them. It was a quarter. I haven't read any Sophie Kinsella, so now I can start again. Then I picked up the Emerald Atlas and the Fire Chronicle. These are books 1 and 2 by John Stevens in the like Emerald Atlas series or trilogy. I don't know, but they are so freaking pretty with their gold pages and their fantasy covers and like their deckled edges, and I don't know, they just look really beautiful. I think they're middle grade fantasy, and I've heard a little bit about Emerald Atlas, so they were $1 and I got them. So stoked about these. I found Golden Sun and Morning Star by Pierce Brown. So now I have the complete Red Rising trilogy, even though they're in paperback, and I can start on this at some point. I think this is one I want to read with my husband. I'm really excited to find these because they're pretty hard to find, and they're usually pretty pricey if I do find them. Sci-fi and types of blood and class systems and futuristic goodness. Picked up Made for You by Melissa Marr. I don't know anything about it other than Melissa Marr wrote Wicked Lovely, and everybody likes that one. I'm getting ready to read it, so I thought if I was really into her, I could keep going. This one is so cool. I found Newt's Emerald by Garth Nix, and it says Magic, Maids, and Masquerades, and between that and this gorgeous cover with this like palace on the back, that is like all I needed. And that and Garth Nix, of course, because everyone loves Garth Nix as well. Plus look at this naked book. Oh my god, it looks super cool. This one might be middle grade, I'm not sure, but I just love this this type of art design. Almost didn't get this one, and I'm really glad I did. This is Spindle's Inn by Robin McKinley. I vaguely remembered this one, and I couldn't remember why, but this is a Rapunzel retelling, and I always gather up retellings to read, and Robin McKinley does quite a few of them, I think, so. Picked up The Mislaid Magician, or 10 Years After. This one I think is the second book following Sorcery and Cecilia and the Enchanted Chocolate Pot, which I recently bought, and it's just like magical goodness with like this freaking ridiculously beautiful cover. And yeah, I've heard amazing things about Sorcery and Cecilia, and I didn't know there was a sequel, so that's exciting. I picked up Everfound. This is book 3 of the Skinjacker trilogy by Neal Shusterman. Scythe just blew me away, so I've been collecting all of Neal's books, and I think I have almost this entire series now, so that's really exciting. This was particularly hilarious. So I finally found Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I have literally all of Rick Riordan's books except for like the 2 newest ones, except for Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I couldn't find it in hardback, you know, for like not very expensive. So I finally found it, but I was bummed because this is kind of bummed and kind of excited because this is the 10th anniversary edition. It has like the new cover and the new spine, so of course it doesn't go with my classics on it, but I was like, it doesn't matter, I need to read it. I got it. Plus it has all of his books on the end pages. Like it has all the books in like their different languages and like, you know, Percy Jackson in like Italian and French and like all their covers, so that's really cool. And there's the cool poster that is the cover of the book. So excited. Why it was funny is because literally like the next day or the next 2 days I found the copy I needed, The Lightning Thief, in the correct cover with the correct spine, but that's okay. I'm kind of excited to have the special edition and this one, so hopefully I really like it so I can justify keeping the special edition. And then I found Trials of Apollo, book 2, The Dark Prophecy. So I'm only missing one of these now, the newest one that came out like this year. So now I have like all, you know, 27 million of Rick Riordan's books except for like one, and I have no excuse not to start my Rick Riordan-a-thon. Then I found 2 more goodies at Dollar Tree. I found the Enchanter Heir by Cinda Williams Chima and Envision by Sherilyn Kenyon. I had these Chronicles of Nyx books again before I moved and I unhauled them, but I kind of wanted to read them. It's like a vampire fightery, like male Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then of course the Cinda Williams Chima's fantasy is just like legendary. Plus I also found, not at Dollar Tree, the Warrior Heir in a pretty nice paperback. So I have almost this complete series now as well. And of course, again, we have these nice swords on the cover. I'm just a sucker for it. And the last 2 books I picked up were some Newbery Awards. I will link the video down below. I have a ongoing goal to read all of the Newbery Award winning books, and that is a middle grade award. So I've been collecting them in hardback. I'm going to start from 1922 and then read up. Found Locked Tunes by Sharon Creech, and Gaynek, The Story of a Pigeon by Don Gopal Mukherjee, with illustrations as well. This one is, I think this one came out in the 1920s. Yeah, this one came out in 1927, so this is like book 5 or 6 in the list that I need. So this one was really exciting because I'm going to need this one like right away. I don't really know what either of these are about, but I've just been collecting like all the Newbery Award books. Okay, whew, I did it. Hopefully this video is not crazy long. I'll definitely have a September book haul part 2. Hopefully it's not ginormous like this one is. And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you hung in there, let me know if you read any of these crazy books, if you liked any of them, if you hate any of them, if you liked them better on audiobook versus reading, because I'm always curious about your thoughts. Let me know if you found any great things. If I'm not too exhausted, I will put links to all of these books through Goodreads below down in the comments so you can click and add them to your TBR. Sometimes it's a bit exhausting with this many books, but I will do my best. And I'll see you guys next time on The Bright Side. Bye!